Hey guys, welcome back to Sincerely Legenia. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a little bit of meal prepping for the week. I forgot to take out my chicken breast and some ground turkey and some ground pork. I forgot to take them out of the freezer last night so they could be properly thawed so I could cook them today. So I'm not gonna be able to do an all-out meal prep like I would like to do, but I am gonna go ahead and chop up some vegetables that I need. I'm gonna go ahead and put some bacon in the oven so that it can be ready for this week, and whatever else I can think of to make this week's meals a lot easier. So join me guys for today's meal prep, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's get right into the video. I'm going to do is go ahead and chop up my vegetables for my vegetable wraps. These wraps, I use mozzarella cheese wraps, and they are the ones made by Crystal Farms. Angelina and I are the ones that usually enjoy eating these. If you have not tried them, I made these more than a year ago here on my channel. And y'all, if you have not tried them, then I'm telling you, you are missing out. They are so good and so fresh and just perfect for those times when you want to eat. Maybe you don't want a lot. We usually will eat this as a complete meal. We don't need anything else once we have these vegetable wraps. They are just really delicious. And then, of course, I make a fresh homemade basil pesto to go in those wraps. So delicious. And I'm going to show you how to make that basil pesto in this video as well. But the first thing I'm chopping up is zucchini. All right, so I've got my vegetables in the bowl, and so to this, I'm going to add some oregano, about a teaspoon of oregano. I'm gonna add a pinch of red pepper flakes. Actually, I'm gonna add about a half a teaspoon of red pepper flakes. Half teaspoon of red pepper flakes. All right, we're gonna go in with some onion powder, and this is about a teaspoon and a half of onion powder. Teaspoon and a half of garlic powder. Now we're going to put in a teaspoon and a half of onion powder. Then of course we're going to add in some salt. Pepper. I'm going to drizzle this with some olive oil. And we're gonna give it a toss. Okay, so I've got a lined baking sheet here. What I'm going to do now, I'm gonna spread my vegetables, my seasoned vegetables that smell so good. And again, you guys have seen me make this before. I have a video that's dedicated to this only, so if you want to see that video, I'm going to put it in the description box below. And then we're going to spread these out. Oh, it smells so amazing. I mean, it just smells good. All right, here we go. Got the vegetables spread out. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit more olive oil over the top here. All right, and I'm going to put this in a 400-degree oven for about 25 minutes. Okay, guys, so I've cooked up a pound of bacon, and I'll be letting this continue to drain on the paper towel, and then I'm going to put that up, and that will be our bacon for the week. Okay, everyone, the roasted vegetables are ready. And they smell amazing, and they look great too. Look at that char on them. That's what you want. You want that nice char. So I'm gonna go ahead and make my basil pesto now. And I'll show you how I do that. Okay, everybody, so a short detour. Getting ready to make the basil pesto, I realized I used the last of my Parmesan cheese in yesterday's Alfredo meal. So I ran to Kroger. I'm running to Kroger to get some more fresh Parmesan cheese. And of course, I gotta make a stop at Starbucks to get me a triple shot of espresso. So I will do that, and then I will be back in the kitchen to make this fresh homemade basil pesto. All right, so now I'm getting ready to make the basil pesto. And to begin, I'm gonna first need 1 cup of packed fresh basil leaves going into your blender or your food processor. All right, then we're gonna need 1/4 cup of pine nuts. You can also use walnuts or pecans, that works well too. Then we're gonna need 1/4 cup of grated Parmesan cheese. And then lastly, I'm gonna need 1/4 cup of a really good olive oil. Okay, then we're gonna season it by adding a little bit of kosher salt. And that's it. Now let's blend it up. All right, let me scrape this down again. I'm gonna put this back on there. I have a few of these pine nuts that didn't blend well. So put this back down there again. And we're gonna blend it again. Make sure everything gets blended really well, okay? Definitely looks a lot better. It smells right. All right, so now let's give it a taste. Perfect. Oh yes. From here, I'm gonna transfer the basil pesto into this glass container. And this is where I will keep it stored until it's time to use it. But I am gonna be tasting these vegetable wraps today. So I'm gonna leave a little bit out. Or am I? Am I gonna leave a little bit out? Okay, so I've got our delicious roasted vegetables here. I'm going to store them in this container and keep them in the refrigerator. So these will be nice lunches for me to take throughout the week. And just those times when I'm coming in, I don't feel like doing anything. It's something easy for us to grab. So delicious. Guys, I did munch on a few of these while I was putting everything away. And they are so good. They are seasoned so well. And I'm actually gonna get me a wrap in a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and get this other meal going, and I'm gonna get me a wrap before I end this video out, because these are just too fabulous. And there we have it, delicious seasoned roasted vegetables. I'm definitely gonna get me some of these before I close out the video. All right, so next up, while I was in Kroger, I went on and got me this is a 3.25 pound roast, chuck roast. I'm like, you know, I didn't get out the rest of my meat in time, but since I was there at Kroger, I'm like, might as well. I can just pop this in the crock pot and let it cook, and I'll still be able to include it in the video for you guys. I'm just going to season this, add a few veggies, and then we're gonna let this go on low for the next 8 hours. And so let me just show you guys what I'm going to use to season it with and what vegetables I'm gonna put in here. All right, so I'm gonna definitely be using an onion. And you all, in an effort to keep this as low carb as possible, I'm probably just going to use onion and tomato in this. Carrots will be added. A few more carbs, and since I'm trying to be more intentional with my carb count, I think I'm going to omit them this time. It's still going to be fabulous, but if you guys want to add carrots, you most certainly can. But I want this to be very versatile. I want to use it, of course, for roast, and then maybe later on I may want to use it for tacos on Tuesday or something. But this is going to be dinner for tomorrow, so that's why I'm gonna just go ahead and get this in here. So really quick chop, I'm just going to slice it like this. Okay, 1 white onion, 1 entire whole onion that we're gonna use. So what I'm gonna do, and then I have my tomato over here, and then I'm gonna put I'm gonna definitely put some diced tomatoes in there. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and season this. I'm gonna season it, of course, with my very own seasoning. And we're gonna add some olive oil to it first, so let's do that. And then let's go ahead and season this. You want to season it very liberally because, again, this is a roast, and you want to make sure this flavor goes all the way through, okay? So I'm going to season both sides of this, actually. All right, a little olive oil again. And all-purpose seasoning. Delicious, amazing. I'm gonna go ahead and add my onions in. All right, and then I'm going in with some diced tomatoes. This entire can has a total of 4 carbohydrates, okay, 4 net carbs rather, okay. It has 6 total carbs, 2 of those come from dietary fiber. So yeah, a total of 4 net carbs in this can. But of course, we're not gonna be consuming all 4 of those net carbs, so we're good. Put that on around there. So we've got our garlic in, we've got our roast beef seasoned well. So the last thing I'm going to put in here is a little bit of stock. I'm not going to use beef stock in this. I know that's weird, but for my roast, I really like using a vegetable stock or a chicken stock because I feel like the beef stock, believe it or not, I feel like it makes it too beefy and it takes away from the actual taste of the chuck roast, and I don't want that to happen. So I'll usually just go ahead and put chicken stock in here or a vegetable stock. And right now I have a chicken stock that's already open, so that's what I'm going to be using. All right, so I had the rest of this chicken stock that was already, or chicken, wait, this is a broth, chicken broth. I had the rest of this chicken broth that was already in the fridge, so I'm just going to finish it off, and that's going to help us to create a nice juice along with the juices that will be coming directly from the chuck roast. So we are doing good. All right, and that is it. That's all I'm going to add to this. All right, I'm going to go ahead and season these veggies a little bit with some of the seasoning as well. Okay, and that's going to be it, guys. This is going to be smelling good in about a couple of hours. Okay, it will have your entire house smelling divine. All right, but I'm gonna let this cook for 8 hours on low, or of course you can cook it 4 hours on high. Okay, everybody, so the roast beef is ready, and you all, this is just so unbelievably tender. It smells so good. Of course, woke up to my house smelling fabulous this morning. So just gonna break this up here. So dinner for this evening is ready. I just got off of the treadmill. Y'all see how easy that's shredding? Unbelievable. Just got off of the treadmill. So I'm gonna go and shower and get ready for my day. I'm gonna leave this on warm, and then I'm probably gonna have this, you guys. This is probably gonna be my brunch today, because I don't really want any breakfast, but I may have a little bit of this. What I am going to do is I'm going to remove some of this juice and make a delicious gravy. I'm going to thicken it a little bit, make a delicious gravy for my family to go over some mashed potatoes. And yeah, this is going to be their dinner. I'm probably going to pair this myself with some cauliflower rice, or something. But anyway, I'll let you guys see whatever I decide to do. I really don't know yet. But I'm so glad I went on and got this roast, because it just makes today so much easier. There is nothing like meal prep, my friends. Nothing like it. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and taste this because it's smelling too good, and it's actually got my mouth watering a little bit. So let's go ahead and let's get a taste. So get some of that. Get a little bit of onion over here. A little tomato. There you go. If you're gonna taste it, let's taste it all. All right, here we go. Oh, it's so tender, it's falling apart. I mean, can I even pick it up with the fork? All right, so here we go. I'm gonna give this a taste. Oh my goodness. Y'all, that is delicious. Okay. Delicious. I'm so glad I made this early. I'm so glad that I put this on last night. Today is going to be so much easier. So I'm probably going to go ahead and roast this spaghetti squash and pair this up with it. I think that'll be a really, really nice dinner for today. So yeah, that's probably going to be my goal. And I may just go ahead and put this on in the oven right now so that when I get in this evening, I won't have anything to do. I won't have anything to do but make their mashed potatoes. And I may very well do that today as well. Why not just make everything as easy as possible? So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna go ahead and roast this. I'm going to put it in the oven, and I'll show you guys me doing that as well. And then I'm gonna head upstairs and get ready for the day. All right, everyone, that is it for today's video. These are the roasted vegetable wraps I had. I wanted to make sure I let you guys see them. They turned out great. I will show you the roasted squash in the next video as I also present another what I eat in a day. Thanks for joining me. It is my prayer that you and your family have a blessed and prosperous day. I'll talk to you next time right here on Sincerely Legenia. Bye.